Wakanda Forever is the best movie in Marvel Phase 4, but not by a lot. I don't think any of these movies are bad, but they're all so divisive that you could rank these three in any order you want, and I don't think there's really a wrong answer. I did have a good time with this and I enjoyed it, but like most movies, it does have a few flaws. Let's start with the film's greatest strength, and I think that's the acting, because it's phenomenal across all accounts. Angela Bassett is the standout, but everyone is so good to the point where I'm not going to start naming cast members because I'd literally name the entire cast. I thought Letitia Wright absolutely crushed it, and she kind of had to, because in order for this movie to be a success, they had to transition Shuri from comedic relief character to main character, and I thought that they did that. There's a brief hiccup in her motivation towards the end I don't really like, but besides that, I think she's great, and I'm excited to see where the character goes in the future. Namor, Namor, Namor. He's a solid villain. Say what you will about Phase 4, the villains have slapped. Okay, they've been great. Namor and Talokan I thought were great, and I love how they set up another powerful empire with a culture that feels unique and it feels different, but also just as interesting as Wakanda. If not, maybe a little more interesting. I'm sorry. The design of Talokan and the culture and the clothing, it's all really great, and it feels real that it could exist in the MCU. The first scene they have too, it's great. One of my favorites in the film. It kind of continues that tradition of creepy villain scenes. In this one scene in particular, they're not that scary the rest of the film in that regard. Tenoch Huerta was great, and I think that Namor is a good villain. But the issue I have with him is, as far as motive goes, he kind of just feels like Killmonger 2.0. He represents a group of people who were treated horribly in the past, and now they want to use their powerful empire to take the fight to them before the fight goes to them. It's tough because I really like this motive. It makes sense, it's strong, it's real, but it just feels the same. Killmonger's, I think, was done ever so slightly better, only because we had all those fantastic flashback scenes. In fact, I think that is another complaint with the film I have, one of my bigger ones, the fact that as far as story beats goes, it feels very similar to the first film. Okay, while we're here, let's fire off a few other issues I have, because I do have a few. Way too long. Cut everything with these guys. Don't need it. Riri Williams didn't really grab me like that. It's just Disney Plus setup, if we're being honest. And I'm sorry, but I think these look silly. It's like some Power Ranger stuff. Okay, but back to the good stuff. Ludwig is always a win when it comes to the score. One of the only composers working today. I will go see the movie for them. Like, I don't even care what it is. It could be a 10-hour time lapse of paint drying, grass just sitting there. If he's making the music, I'll go watch it and I'll probably enjoy it. I love the use of African instruments around all the themes for Wakanda, and I feel like he did the same thing for South American instruments, South American culture for Talokan. The fighting is good too. Like, it's really cool. And I'm really happy we don't get more magic in the MCU. I need a magic cleanse. No more magic. Give me weapons, give me hand-to-hand, give me all that stuff. It's great. There's this one fight on a bridge earlier in the film. I adore it. There's no music, but it still feels like there's some weight to it. The fight takes its time. It's shot really well. There's some stakes. It's a textbook scene on how to do a good fight, in my opinion. And like I said, the fights all around are really good. I love the way Namor flies and how they shoot those scenes. It helps it feel unique among all the other flying characters we have in Marvel and just in movies in general. The movie has its jokes too, but they're not too often and they're subtle. They don't feel forced. And again, I like that. No more, I need a joke cleanse. Marvel, joke cleanse. No more. Give me some serious stuff. Last but not least, let's talk about Ryan Coogler, a amazing filmmaker, someone who I've seen everything he's done going back to Fruitvale Station. He's always able to invoke some emotion, and I don't know what it is, his storytelling, the way he shoots his films, the actors, he brings it all together incredibly well. There's always been an emotional edge to his movies, Fruitvale Station, Creed, and now these ones. What he was able to do, given the circumstances, is astounding. Just the idea of making this movie, it sounded impossible, and I think he deserves so much for making this movie happen, but for also the fact that it's good. The MCU is so lucky to have Ryan Coogler. Feige, you hold on to him. Hold on to him. Give him whatever he wants. You got to keep this guy involved. I have a lot of small problems with the movie, but nothing major. And the things that stand out, the things that I'm going to remember are the great filmmaking, the performances, and the characters. I'm going to give Black Panther a 7. Looking at my tier list for the year, I'm going to put it in B tier right behind Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. Thanks for watching. Here's more reviews. I'm posting a God of War video. You should subscribe. It's going to be cool tomorrow. Bye.